ready?
They want to see Mike.
Ready, right?
Yo,
Oh shit.
We're always ready.
We're ready then. Let's
Yep,
just
buddy.
do this shit.
set, ready to go.
Are we live
We're
right
live. We live.
Yo,
Ladies and
what's
gentlemen.
up,
We
yo?
there.
now? It's the after party.
Yeah.
DJ
Yay.
Mike and friends.
Friends.
Yours truly.
True.
Mace the Tablist. We got Mike and Ike in the house tonight.
What's up, y'all?
Our
Yeah.
special guest this week, Vexone.
Wow.
Just
What's up,
got
y'all?
done burning up them turntables.
There he is.
What up?
Murdering. the
Murdering.
The
First of
one.
all, we want to
Murdering
thank
the
you for coming out, brother, and
class.
blessing
Oh, thank
us.
you. Yeah, hell yeah.
Very entertaining, brother.
Oh no, thank you guys for having me out, man.
Shit was sick. I've been hitting you up. You know I've been getting that.
I know,
stuff.
I know.
I'll be like, man, I gotta get Vex for sure on this, and I know you'd be right. I watch your IGs too. You know.
I just need to get high. That's it. Just get me high,
Right.
and I'll be in the right place.
That's what I tell. I don't
Straight
tell
up.
kids, but that's what I tell people about
I know.
scratching. You want to know how to scratch good?
Yeah.
Get very high in practice.
Well, I
rounds.
get
This
these
is
Focus.
jabs,
right
I
here.
get these.
This is all
I
about
Well,
Focus.
It helps you to focus.
Yeah, it does help you
It
to
loosens
focus.
up your muscles.
Right.
You know.
But it's repetition, and you know what? DJing is all repetition.
Yep.
Anybody out there want to learn?
Okay.
You got to do it over. Hey, guess what? You're gonna do it over again.
Guess
just-
what you're gonna do today? You're gonna do it over.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep doing it. Definitely repetitive.
Just
definitely.
saying. Just saying.
Yep. And I
Be
mean, that's
prepared.
almost everything in
I got
life.
HDHD, so I gotta like just keep fucking with everything. That's why a mixture is perfect for me. So I'm just saying, right?
Yep. I feel you.
It don't
there.
help that they put buttons on that shit or sliders or anything else.
Glowing lights.
Say what?
Ooh.
This is like a video game? Okay.
Ooh, lights glow.
Yo,
Okay.
yo.
Man, I
Vex
got
one.
stuck with
Vex
that.
one. Look,
Shout
I
out
got a
to
question,
like
yo.
Nintendo and shit.
I got a question for
I
you,
got a
bro.
question, all right?
I've been wanting to ask this, man. I think you gave me the answer already, but I want to ask it again for confirmation. When you prepare yourself to have a good set, what are the things that you get involved with within yourself? Like, what triggers you to actually enhance into the moments where you are successful?
I'm gonna
in
get
those
real
moments,
DJ
bro?
deep right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys, you know what it is? It's going up to the setup, fixing everything the way you like it. It's going through the motions of like just prepping.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah. I dig that.
I don't know. It's just in any other type of like a hobby, right? DJing is a hobby, and
It
it's
is,
just
it is.
a passion. Or
Yeah, there
for
it
people,
is.
like it's a recreation or something. It's like almost like therapy for some people. But
Yeah.
even the motion of just putting all this shit together, isn't it fun for us? Like
Oh,
we
hell
put all this shit together.
Not
like,
only fun, very entertaining, I must say.
also,
You know?
we put it all together, but it's just kind of like you're going through the motions of like prepping, like a drummer putting up his own setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
kind of the same.
You know,
Same thing.
I do the same
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
man. I go about my preps the same way. I kind of like dig into the notes that I need to dig in. You know what I mean? My personal archive, mine notifications. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I get into that, into the vibe of the people, and then I love to come with variety. So I mean, it's almost like when you find art makes you become good regardless because it makes you practice at it. From my perspective, you know what I'm saying? And it's treated me really good. It's almost just been like a second home, almost like the first home, because I would rather be in what I dig in music. You know what I mean? That's multiple genres, but you know, like your beats, that because you are a producer, right? Am I correct?
Man, I only made one beat.
Oh, but listen though.
I guess so, right?
Let me tell y'all. Let me
Start
tell y'all.
somewhere,
Let me
right?
tell y'all.
Fucking labels
In
and
his
shit.
prep,
Alright.
in his prep, he played one of his beats that was so motivating. It sounded like it was outside while we was in, but he was all in because it was his beats. I'm like, we all in. Once he told me that, I already knew this guy must be talented, man. You know what I mean? So if y'all first time watchers right now, you know what I'm saying? You in effect with the whole conversation and the guests, you know what I mean? My man, one. We all one heart, one vision, but different ideas, and that's what we sharing with y'all.
Yeah,
DJ Mike, I want to say shout out for your networks.
Mike and
Yeah,
Mike.
Mike.
I'm loving the network for the night. It's my second time, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
3G. We beyond, you know what I'm saying? Your mind expectations, but you know, we'll wait on you. We'll wait on you.
Vex, you was telling me, man.
One love.
One thing you said earlier, and I kind of related to you was we were talking earlier, and you said you've DJ'd for just about, you've done all you've wanted to do pretty much as a DJ, or everything you set out to originally. Is that the way?
I think I've done a lot. I think I've done shit where I'm just like, it's made me and hip hop kind of super happy.
Yeah.
Like I'm super content, and I'm still gonna be content. Like, I was supposed to be in New York like a week from now, but
Wow.
I was gonna actually do Mighty Zulu King anniversary in New York,
Wow.
DJing for B-boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's always been a dream. I've been West Coast kid that listened to a lot of East Coast music and just
Same here.
a lot
I
of.
relate to that a lot.
So for me, growing up and seeing these images of New York, and
Okay. So before you cut you off, have you
Yeah.
ever been there?
I have been there.
Okay. Oh, so you have. Okay.
And so one of the dopest experiences, the first time I went to New York, me and my ex-girlfriend went there and went to a 9-hour fucking concert party out on Coney Island.
Okay.
It was Music Box 25th anniversary. I saw everybody I've ever wanted to fucking see.
Was there?
I'm talking about Karis One, fucking Crooklyn Dodgers, fucking DJ, what's his face? Cool Herc,
OG
Red
Cool
Alert.
Herc.
Red alert.
Shout out,
DJ
man.
Scratch.
All the
I
OGs,
just
man.
scratch.
Took a picture of Red Alert and just me knowing all that history from
Yeah,
New
yeah,
York
yeah.
and seeing these people right in front
Right
of
in
me.
front of you. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
What do you
That's
think it
I
is?
can
What do you
imagine,
think it is about hip hop? Because
Oh.
It's a connection of the music, man.
there's a certain sect of us, hip hoppers as you want to call us,
Yeah.
that hold that where it comes from and holds New York and that scene and those individuals that help create this and guide this and mold this.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
hold
yeah.
them sacred. Then there's another piece of the culture could really care less. Like, I mean, what?
Because they come from a different place.
Well, there's. I got two answers for that. And like, it'd be more of a
Musically.
question. Because it depends who you ask. Like, you're asking art now, when you say that you care less, is it an older person or a younger person?
Younger.
Younger person, I can understand. Kinda. A little bit. But an older person, I would say, then they're just not really into hip hop. That's all I would say.
But you know
Because
what?
they grew up in the era when hip hop was there.
And that's the answer.
So that's what I'm saying. So they're really not into hip hop. The younger person, they didn't really
That's an
grow
open
up in the
conversation
era
right there.
of, like,
That's an open
what we did,
conversation.
You know what I mean?
it is. But
You know
it's,
why? Because hip hop has always introduced itself so kindly. It has millions and billions of followers, right?
Exactly.
There's different variations of hip hop. In every genre, you have different variations of
Evolved.
talent.
Every single
Because
day, hip hop is evolving. Every
You
day.
can actually, everything doesn't have to be on beat. It can be off beat a little bit, but you better know the rhythm though. If you got rhythm, then you can glorify your moments of your art. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I do.
But I will say the difference between us and the younger generation is we respected the old school. We wanted to be like, man.
See, and that's the difference.
Because like I grew up with all the '80s shit, and I was morally raised in the '90s.
Right.
But everything I did was glorified
But you
by
know,
the '80s. You know what I mean?
Just like you were saying, you grew up on the West Coast.
And that was blended
How
in
old
from
are
the
you, Jim,
70s.
Marquez?
The late bloomers,
I'm actually
Generation X,
40?
millennials.
I'm 36. I'll be
Okay, so you
37.
guys-
soon, yeah.
I'm a little bit older than you guys,
Yeah.
but you grew up and all the records you listened to, whether you listened to, all that late 80s, early 90s, shit, it's all about you. It's like you know about Queens. You know about, Staten Island. You know
Oh, yeah.
about, like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's
Well, I
like,
tell
it
people all
becomes,
this-
it becomes legendary.
Yeah, I tell
Familiar.
people all the time. I laugh right now that a lot of old heads are like, "Oh yeah, this beat's dope. That was the beat back in the day." They'll say that about like a Snoop song, and I'm like, I'll look at them and be like, "Honestly, bro, I didn't listen to Snoop Dogg. That was commercial rap.
That was commercial rap.
I didn't listen to none of that. Master P, I didn't listen to none of that. I know the songs because every kid I went to school with was listening to it.
I was a backpack kid.
You know what I mean?
I was listening.
I was
to,
the
like,
underground. You
Yeah, I
know
was
what I
listening
mean?
to
Well, I
Shallow,
was a
I was
b-boy,
listening
so
to-
I was listening
Yeah.
to like Run DMC still back in like '94. You know what I mean? I was still listening to that shit. So definitely, yeah. So like, it is different. Definitely, yeah. Like, I don't know. When you really grew up with the real old school hip hop, it's like life.
Yeah.
Everything. Life.
Yeah.
And I've done almost every element. Probably besides rapping. You know what I mean? I did b-boying for 10, 15 years. Kind of I was like 4 or 5. So I was like 18, you know what I mean? And then I did graffiti for a long time, and then DJing I kind of always done that all my life. Just goes, the break records hand in hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It does.
And, well, I gotta tell you, my cousin, for his 16th birthday, the spoiled brat, got a pair of 1200s. For Christmas. On
What a
16th
present.
I would have shit in my pants.
What a present, yo.
I
Now,
swear to God.
now, if you know my
What a
family, though,
present.
my aunt, she like that. So like, we didn't ask where she got the 12s, but he got them
He
anyway.
got 'em.
Yeah.
Brand easy,
Back
brand new.
then, I mean, you could find them in the hood. You could find them in the hood back in the day. You know.
Oh yeah.
That's, I mean, honestly, that's where it started.
Yeah. You can't so
Yeah.
much today.
In the
Cool
hood,
Herc,
you
look
can
at
always
that.
find
15,
12s, 12 packs,
Yeah.
like Will Southwest with 12
So I
packs.
mean, for me, like I said,
Everybody
it
sucked
just
the beer
depends
from
how
the
you
12
grew up.
pack. Nice, the intervened
Yes,
seeds
the
with
younger
the 12
generation's
pack.
different, but I never
Got
hate on
mistakes
the
like
younger
last
generation.
pack smack. Ain't
Never.
the same
Third
disease
time,
like Green
third
Bay
time.
pack.
Let them have what they want. They deserve it.
I think
Third time.
this is my only thing. This is the way I look at it, the argument or whatever. Is that like I got to experience growing up in the 80s and 90s. I got to experience that in person.
Yep.
I can't explain it to anybody who doesn't understand what that was.
100%
Why?
believe.
Because it's not recorded or anything. You know?
Exactly.
And regardless of not liking the music that they're making, or we are liking the music that they're
Yeah,
making, they're making it.
Yeah.
No
They're
matter what.
recreating it into something that they want to listen to.
That's what. That's
So that's really all that matters, because if it doesn't evolve into anything else, then it'll just stop. It'll be like jazz
Word.
getting
Exactly.
killed. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And that's
It's real
that's
shit.
that's
Exactly.
the real shit right there.
And that's what I
like,
tell people. It's evolving every day. In 10 years, it's gonna be another new.
like you
genre.
guys just said, the shit is around the world. Everybody
Yeah.
can relate to it. On
Yep.
podcast.
Yep.
That's worldwide.
It is. It affects everybody in a different way. You don't even have to speak the same language
Hip-hop
to
is
know how to
everywhere, yep.
basically create your own flow.
Yep.
You know, people basically
Oh, there's kids out in the middle of Afghan rapping right now. You know what I mean? Like, no joke. You know what I mean?
b-boying, DJing, graffiti,
all of
everything,
it.
the whole night.
Yep.
y'all sound like y'all rapping right now. So rap is just like a natural commonality, man.
Yeah. Okay.
That we all
because
share. You know what I
as
mean?
a DJ,
But I do have
would
a
say
question.
when we scratch, that's what we're doing in our
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
Yeah.
pretending like I'm rapping
We're
with the
rapping.
record. Yeah.
That's why Verso likes me so much. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll listen to her lyrics
And,
and I'll cut.
your Q&A
with
and her
the
lyrics.
fucking-
Yeah,
yeah.
basically. Yeah. I mean, that's
what
how
it
we
is.
always looked at it. Is
Yeah.
I'm rapping with with the sound. You know what I mean? That's how we always look.
Word.
But nah, your set once again. That was a dope set, bro.
One, I got a
Love
one.
the classic.
My man,
set.
one.
Love
I
that
got a
shit.
question for you, man. Do you play? I know you're very effective digitally, right? I want to know if you can play like any other like instruments, anything like.
Never
do you
played
practice on
anything
instruments?
else other than just DJing.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that crazy?
No,
And
no. Not
Honestly,
crazy
it's
at all.
because I didn't have the space to. It was either turntables and records, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like even right now, like I don't have
Yeah.
I don't have no TV in my room.
I can dig that.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
basically I'm focused on. If I'm in my room, I'm
Yeah.
either be laying down
Sleeping?
chilling,
Yeah.
or if not, I'm gonna
This is
be
the
DJing.
first studio
Right.
I've ever had with
Gotcha.
a TV in it. You know what?
That's dope.
TV's broken.
Oh,
It is. It is. It is.
yo, it's just a monitor sitting
Yeah. Yeah.
doing nothing.
Yep. Yep. It's crazy, bro.
I'm good, man.
So,
Fucking,
well, my question is, I'll get into it. When did you start DJing or getting into that culture? I guess.
So I watched a DMC battle. It was East Coast 93, 94.
The one with DJ Ghetto and them and Shortcut
Yes.
Disc and all
Yeah.
them guys.
Yeah, that was the one.
That's my one too, bro.
DJ
That's-
Ghetto
that's
with
it.
Lord of the Undergrounds.
That's that Rock Raider one, right?
Yeah, it was the first one I ever watched, and then I was like,
That's the one of the best.
yo, how do I do this?
yeah.
And then that summer, I went and we watched Rocksteady Crew DJs. Fucking, it was Shortcut, Qbert, and Apollo, and they were all doing a b-boy battle at Hank Lopez.
Oh, okay.
And then he busted Apache, and I was like, what the fuck? is
Yeah,
this?
yeah, oh, yeah.
And then I went up to the booth. He told me what song it was, and I was like, "Yo, that shit's fucking nuts."
Right.
And then that was the first time I ever heard "Here Come the Lords" by Lords of the Underground.
Yeah.
One of the sickest moments. It was like these Japanese kids who came over from Japan just to do this b-boy battle. It was like one of the biggest battles. I think it was. I know my boy J-Rock threw
Best
it.
of the best.
It was best of the best.
Best of the best. Oh, okay.
It was best of the
I
best
actually
at
went
Hank
to,
Lopez.
Which one did we go to? God, I was very young. Went to one, but I mean, I had all of them, all of it. I watched all those. I mean, that's when I was breakdancing. Yeah, I had all those videos, fucking best of the best, 7 jams, all the Rocksteady, Easy Rock,
Damn.
fucking Mr. Wiggles. I had all those videos. Then I had all the videographs, GTVs.
What was the LA one? What was the big one?
B-Boy Summit, right?
With
Or no,
animation. He was,
Radiotron. I've been to
Radiotron,
Radiotron.
Radiotron.
I went to Radiotron in
He's dead.
97 or 98, Radiotron, when it moved from the old school place to this other place.
So in the b-boy world, I'm super old school. Like I am
Yeah.
super old school now because like all the b-boys, I've done so many just jams and b-boy, and like all my boys are like fucking.
Okay, like I was raised
They're just
with
dope.
most of
They're
the
just-
style elements. Like I
style
was
elements.
raised with the wristing.
Yeah.
I know wristing.
So J-Rock.
IMAX is my best friend. IMAX and Red Dragon and those
Yeah.
guys. Those are like I've known them since I was like 7 or 8 years old.
Oh,
I'm up in Stockton.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are like I know all of Super Dave. I know Super Dave from Jesus so long. Him and my cousin went to high school together. So yeah, I've been around like all my life. You know what I mean, like my farthest memories are me breakdancing.
So that's literally what got me DJing right there.
Was
Just
right there, yeah.
B-boy jams and hip hop. Like I used to go to Cactus. I did both aspects of it. I did B-boy aspect of it because Renegade Sway. You remember Sway?
Yeah.
So I used to kick it with him.
Okay.
And then I would go around, and that time I was a broke kid, so I was just like, yo, fuck.
Yeah.
Do some of this shit. Like, got a job, then start buying records. Because
Yeah.
I knew you needed to buy records in order before you
Right.
buy a turntable.
Yeah.
So what the fuck you gonna play once you got it?
Yeah.
So I
I think I was
started
just telling
buying.
him recently, every Wednesday I was at the record store.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Whether I had $200 or I had $40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the new shit would come out on Tuesdays.
Yep. I used to get their schedule down at Rasputin and Streetlight.
That's
And
crazy.
then I became friends with people that were working there, and then they used to hook me up. So then that was dope shit. And then my dad was such a G, man. He didn't understand it at one point, but then he understood it, and then he would take me to the record store and just chill there for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just 2-3 hours and just let me shop and
Damn, that's crazy.
like.
That's tight.
But it's crazy because like my dad was super like first generation. No, he wasn't. He was an immigrant. I was first generation,
Okay.
and it was hard for me to get my dad to understand what hip hop was.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And understand why I was doing this. Once he saw what I was trying to do,
And the positivity and all that shit. Yeah.
blew his mind. He was like, "Oh shit! Well, he's trying to party, but getting paid out of it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
And then it was just like, okay, like that was really a turning point. Because then after that, it was just like, you mean I could do this?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not gonna fucking be mad?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, that's what's up.
Yeah,
You know what I
trust me,
mean?
'cause I didn't get a lot of support. Yeah, trust me.
Right?
I still
Because
don't.
I hate to say it, even culturally, hip hop doesn't make a lot of sense to anybody.
No, unless you.
Culturally.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Like my parents didn't understand it. They're first, like I said, me and my brother are first generation here.
Yeah.
They didn't understand what the culture was here,
Yeah.
what we had, and like it's crazy too because like I give shout outs to all the DJs in San Jose, South Bay, actually just Bay Area in general, because like we all have like literally a pedigree of just like DJs that like basically are raised here.
Yeah.
Like I know so many dope ass DJs, like you said, like
Yeah, right.
they're just, but they have like no motivation. Not motivation. I guess they're not in the right time to do it. What they want to do, and will be appreciated because there's
Well,
so
I
many
would kind of
people.
call that motivation, I guess, or self-motivation.
Kind
I
of,
guess.
but like
Well, to me, the biggest way to make it is sacrificing. A lot of people just
It
ain't,
is.
a lot of people just ain't willing to sacrifice
But
and
I've
get what
had
they
to
really want.
sacrifice just
You know
to
what I
be here
mean?
yet.
It's hard. It's super
It's hard.
hard.
It is hard.
It's
But
a-
you
it's
gotta
a-
be willing to
You
sacrifice.
two know how much of a dedication it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Because it's not
Especially someone with kids. If you
It's
don't
not-
have no kids, it's a lot easier.
it's not like in the 80s and you're like, whoa, we got a fucking dope DJ. It's like no,
It
there's
takes a
like
lot. It takes a hell of
there's
a
like a million.
A million, right?
And you see them everywhere. You see 12-year. I'm battling a 12-year-old right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm rooting for the 12-year-old because you know what? He's gonna have a better life.
Yeah.
And knowing the fact that this shit is just super hard to do, and we all know it because it's like it's put us in the rat race. Beforehand, it wasn't.
Yeah. No,
You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? One thing I
definitely
find
hard,
is
yeah.
it's very hard to do. But everybody wants to do it, and everybody's trying to do it. Not to talk shit, but nowadays we got a lot of devices that help guys that
I never
aren't
give
necessarily-
up, and that was saying when sins corrupt,
Take
the bad
shortcuts
sass like
to
the
get to the top.
pandemonium,
Yeah.
panicky flash with the
how do you
grind
feel
diseases
about
like
that?
Vanity 6, control 6 with the mix mic.
So-
I see how you're
old
getting
school
down.
like
I see what
Nas
you
with
do.
overbeat mix.
I think it's
Rude
everything.
bitch
Like
with this, Dicks, dope
my
rock,
answer is
rock,
just be dope on
and the
anything.
scenes been the crack
Like
rock.
if
We got
it's
bubble
me
and
against
dope,
somebody
it's
else
not
being
dope side.
just
It's right, it's
on your
that's why
phone
the music
DJing,
and
you
the
know what?
rhyme
I'm
don't
gonna just
stop, y'all.
try to do it better than he did. That's just
Yeah.
that's just what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now let me
This
ask
is
you
what it
this.
is.
You spent years digging. You just talk about when you're a kid, digging. I know it very, very well. Turntables, needles, cartridges, slip mats, vinyl, all that shit, right? And now here's some cat that can go to Guitar Center for $1,000. Boom, he's got a badass DJ set up. Plugs his laptop in. 6 months later, he's making the same money you're making. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I just gotta tip my hat if he's making it that fast.
Yeah.
But just understand that, like, you know, you get what you paid for.
Oh, wait.
Like I always just believe that. Like, in any case, any veteran DJ has seen almost any to almost every like situation. Like whether you're doing a party, whether you're doing a show, whether you're doing like I have so many talented
Doing it
friends.
for free?
But I've seen them all do it like shit, man. I have to say this year alone, and this is not to brag, it's the most I've ever got paid to be in a DJ, and that's like probably one of the most humbling experiences to know that somebody's willing to pay you that much.
Yes, it is.
You know what I
Very
mean?
much.
Shout out to DJ Eternal, a lot of fucking DJs out there that like hustle. My boy Cutso, fucking Beneficial. I have so many friends that are just out there fucking grinding, and they're just as talented as anybody else. We're all unique, but you have to be out there.
You gotta be out there.
You gotta be out there. You gotta say hello to everybody. You gotta say what's up to everybody. It's still work. Just because you think you only DJ like 12 hours a week, or 4-hour shifts, 3 times a week, that ain't it. There's still more to that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, 'cause I work with a lot of rappers.
Be Trice, but
Same
never
thing,
since just like
same
DJ
shit.
I know
Nice and
100
go to
guys who can
Rebrand
rap.
Nice,
You're not
go to
only
DJ
half
Sound
work,
Nice,
work.
but the
Only half
intervenes,
How's that
what
work?
the
Now what
saints
you
and the
gonna do
killer
with
jeans.
that?
If you
and
just
Ghostface
came
and
here to
the
look
folks at
cool,
the cage with the
that's
inconveniences like
and
the
most of
lion
the time
in the
that's how I
cage.
feel.
Some DJs do.
Exactly.
Believe it or
So
not,
you know,
'cause
and
they
that
been
shit
the mops.
shows.
They craving the
So
craving
that's
the rock, we take the
that's all
props
I'm
off.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, talk about your work ethic. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, definitely, and it's a lot of work ethic is hitting the ground because it's a lot of who you know. Too. Definitely.
it is.
You got to know the right
It is,
people.
but you have to be ready because
You gotta be
honestly,
ready when that door
You know,
opens.
we don't
yeah.
stop.
I see a lot of young
You
kids
gotta
that
be
are
ready.
like
You know.
super hype and they put themselves on a pedestal,
You know, we don't- you know,
and when
we
they
don't
fall,
stop,
they
no.
fucking fall.
Hard.
You know what I
I've
mean?
seen a lot of cats probably by
You know
about
what?
a
Don't
month
stop.
into
Stop.
this pandemic.
No.
Remember, at
No.
first, everybody was IG Live. Everybody was Facebook
That's
Live.
fact. That's fact.
And about a month in, I'm seeing.
I am
you're
seeing
seeing
less.
cats.
I am seeing.
You're
I am.
seeing you. I was seeing
I
cats
feel
that
you.
got this following. They're doing shows. They're doing big shows. I'm not gonna name names. And they're sitting there looking like fools, they're looking at the camera. And then you got cats. That's it. I'm done. Who knows what the future. I'm like, wow.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
really
I feel you.
separating the fucking men from the boys.
I
This
mean,
whole
I don't
thing.
lie. I tell you all the time, I don't like it. Like my creative side, I guess, like for scratching right now, just I'm not gonna lie. It's not as good as it was before this. You know what I mean?
Well,
Which is sad because I got more time to scratch.
Yeah.
But I just
the whole
not
vibe,
there,
the whole
like-
vibe of what's going on in the world.
yeah, like.
But I also
Motivation's
think
hard, man.
Yeah.
What I've learned is like you
And
gotta
then like a
surround.
lot of people don't want to scratch or session, and it's like, damn. I'm like you. I like to scratch with other people.
Yeah.
It makes everybody better.
Yeah, it does.
Makes everybody better. You better, me better, everybody. There's always someone who's better than the next person. I like that. I mean, that for me, that's a lot of inspiration. That's why I go to the scratch fight so much. Because
Also,
of that.
as a DJ, like my whole thing when I come into a set is like, I want the next DJ going, yo, you have to top me.
Exactly.
So do it. Like, get up there. Like,
Try to set the bar, yeah.
my boy Remedy,
Oppressed moments of
Cutso,
humanity, the regular sick,
Golden
the
Child, like
sick.
all those dudes,
Golden Child's dead.
like
Oppressed moments
really,
of
really
humanity,
hard
the regular sick, humanity sick.
to follow up. So
That's dope.
that's the thing. You just have to have different styles. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You really have to come out and just like bring it. Just be dope.
Yep.
Because people will feel that more than anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people, well, I don't know. There's different type of DJs, right? Can't hate on anybody if they're
different
bringing,
genres of music.
if they're bringing in people and they're making them have fun. They're doing their job.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
It's what it is. Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of music I don't like, but it's not for me. But there's a lot of people that like it, so it's all good.
And that's
That's
this-
another thing. You got to find your lane.
But that's the thing. That's
the
Find
thing.
what you
Like,
like.
a lot of people hurt themselves by trying to compete with the wrong
Exactly.
people. Like, you shouldn't even be fucking over there. Like, nah, bro. Like,
it should be the other way around.
yeah,
We
you should be over here. You're dope over here. Like,
Well, we
you'll
should be
make it.
rooting for them too as well. I think that's the
Oh, there's
other.
always egos and everything, bro.
Everybody has ego.
Everybody has ego in
Everybody.
every
But
aspect of life.
Everybody.
But like I
There's
said,
a lot of it in the DJ world too.
you got to be
Lot of it.
rooting
Tons
for
of it.
people to win,
Tons of
man.
it.
You got to be rooting for your friends to win. And
Word.
because if they don't win, you don't win.
Exactly.
Well, I
You
always tell people, if I eat, you eat. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat, you're gonna eat too. You know what I mean?
No, it's real shit.
That's just
It
how
is.
it works. But a lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people get mad. A lot of people get jealous, and I tell people all the time, man, don't be jealous of me. I'm the last fucking.
I have a second
If
thought,
you
man.
only knew.
I have a
Look, I
second
ain't got
thought,
no
man.
money.
Like
Yeah.
right now, I'm at a point in my life, man. Let me speak on I's statement, where if I have something going, I'm gonna keep it going, even though my folks ain't got it going, and they going through something. That's humane, bro. That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
my humanity mix, right? So there's different variations of happiness because humanity really, really tends to focus and point the finger on and lay the hand on, you know what I mean, in the most majestic ways on just, you know, decision making and not being perfect, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once I learned that, I was just like, okay, if I do good, then we do good.
Yeah.
I'm at that point because the struggle was real, bro. We got to understand what level the struggle on. If I do good, we do good because I'm in that mentality. I'm in that mind state. That's what this whole pandemonia, let me just open that book up, right? In our whole conversation.
Mike
has
and Ike,
driven me
ladies
to
and gentlemen.
just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Reckon on different things that, you know what I mean, that help me
Yeah.
and don't help me.
And
Reevaluations.
that's
you know
kind
what I
of
mean?
a back to what we were talking about earlier, like
Yeah.
about owning the craft. Like
Stepping
right
up to the
now,
plates,
everybody
too.
should be owning
Loving our
something.
shit.
Like,
Loving our own
should
shit.
be learning something.
Push our shit.
That's
That-
what I
that's
say
where
every
I'm
day
at.
right now.
That's
In
where
this
I'm at.
Pandemic, everybody has a little bit of extra time. Everybody.
I think everybody
does.
like you know what's crazy? I could hit somebody up on IG, right? Hit another DJ and go,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
yo, how'd you do this? I want to know how you did this.
And you can do that
Would you be
from
able to-
anywhere. You can do that from
And
anywhere.
most time, people are so willing to help, and
Yeah.
that's all it
Most
is.
of the time.
And that's dope, and that's how it should be.
It is how it should be.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, we all trying to do it. We all trying to make it like,
Well,
it's helping out each other. That's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
what it is. Because honestly, like Four Color Zach said it, we all fucking bedroom DJs right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody better than anybody.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
right.
what you trying to do? Be the best bedroom DJ then.
Well, I don't know. It depends where you live, because other places are open. So.
I feel you, but still.
They are, you know, there's DJs out there making money right now. There's places open.
Oh, definitely.
I'm saying I could get a squad from
Most
Cali and we fucking just take everybody out. I'm sorry.
I'm with it.
And that's-
Let's go. I'll
and that-
drive.
and that and that's just how I feel, because that's just
And
as
not
DJs
to
that's how we
bullshit
are.
You,
like-
I've been honestly been thinking about that last couple of weeks. Like, man, is it time to like do something like that? Is it time to shake the spot for a little bit? Because I'm hearing money's over here.
Yeah.
For our craft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I know a bunch of motherfuckers out here that would kill some shit out there. You know what I mean? So,
It's just real, man. It's just
and I'm hearing other people doing that too with other aspects of life too. Like, shit, you gotta get up and go or what? Because they don't want us to do shit here, but stay inside forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, they don't
we were
want us to do
closed
shit
down
here.
before everybody else,
We're
Like-
still
and it
fucking
seems
closed.
like we're still
Like,
more closed down than everybody else.
shout outs to Scratchpad. I don't know if y'all know what Scratchpad
You know about
is,
Scratchpad.
Scratch back.
but
Shout outs to Scratch.
all those dudes there, like I just remember like from the past like 10 years, you know what I mean? Everybody who's been coming out and supporting Scratchpad, and just that's just some DJ geek shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't make anybody go to that kind of things and be into that kind of things. And
Yeah.
the fact that so many talented DJs. Like I'm saying, just fucking live here. Like just
Yeah.
live in this Bay Area.
Word.
And like we
Of
set the
all
level
different
up
styles.
really fucking high.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Kicking it.
I feel you there.
Yeah,
I feel like that's just it. It's just something in the water, man.
Yeah.
Because we go everywhere else, we're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Right.
Right.
No, definitely, man. But yeah, no, I mean the Bay definitely.
Wait,
A lot of DJs here, a lot of great talent, especially when it comes to like scratching.
what do you think it is?
Definitely.
I think because it's been such a, fuck man, it's just been a deep culture here and it's never left.
I would say,
And it's generations deep.
I would say the environment too. The Bay Area is very relaxed compared to other places.
Yeah.
You have not too many like natural disasters.
Well, like,
besides earthquake was great.
And you're at a
wild,
point
but-
now with the game, like
I know.
Network, who we had on the first show.
Yeah.
His dad was a DJ.
Yeah.
So Network started, like, you know, now you're getting people like that.
That trips me out. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of friends that have like fathers as DJs, and I'm like, fuck, man.
That's My dad wasn't a DJ, but he was definitely rap. Crazy as fuck.
So,
bro. Like,
what did he listen to?
oh, my dad listens to like NWA.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Ice-T.
It's
My
like
dad
my-
was a white
it's
boy.
like my
you know what I
favorite
mean?
shit.
But my dad was from Oakland, Hayward. You know what I mean? Nah, my dad was with the shit. Like, my dad was not the nice guy. He was a straight hardcore gangbanger.
Damn.
Like, oh yeah, OG. You know what I mean? But when rap came, like he loved it. You know what I mean? He loved
It was
He
the
said he used
sound.
to buy tapes from Too Short at Royal Park. Back
You know how
in the
much
day.
those tapes are right now?
Oh, now, yeah. Right?
People, motherfuckers are buying them for like $600.
I know. Well, when my dad passed, I know my aunt. I always asked her, like, "Hey, what happened to all this shit?" Like, yeah, he has his tape because
So those
he went
tapes.
to prison like 2 or 3
Damn.
times in his life, but each time he went for like 8 years. So like, you know, he missed everything. But when he you know, so like before he went to prison, like 89, 88, he had all the tapes.
He had all that shit.
Hell yeah, they just sat at my aunt's fucking shed for 10, 15 years probably. You know what I mean?
That shit is worth bank
Hey,
right now.
I know. Hey, I'm like, where they at?
Somebody in like Europe,
Oh, they'll
Switzerland
pay
will fucking like
$100
cop that
each.
shit. Yeah,
Tape.
straight up.
Tape. They'll pay hundreds.
Hey, you know what I got? I got like hella 90s Source magazines, shit like that.
Right.
You get money off of that
Probably
shit.
get a
Too.
That's
little
what
bit
I
something
heard. I
like
heard.
Old school CDs.
You know what I did one time? This is some years ago, probably good 7, 8, 9 years ago now. I had a bunch of old bomb hip hop magazines.
Oh yeah.
And then what was the one that Mystic Journeyman did for a while? Mystic Journeyman did some little bullshit magazines for a while. Anyway, I had all these like little hand. These are early bomb, like they're little, like it's one. They're like fold outs like this.
Yeah.
I had On the Go. Do you remember On the Go?
Go, Can Control.
I traded all those little magazines for
12-ounce
for a-
profit.
All the stuff.
I have a 12-ounce profit fucking giant poster.
But hey, I traded all those little local magazines for $1,200 one time.
Fuck.
There you go.
Right. It's a trip, right? Half of them are free.
Definitely, man.
You know
Nah,
what I'm
hip hop,
saying?
man. Like you say, people who are not around hip hop, they don't have, especially like the old. Like, I guess we can say
Well,
now
I
we're
think,
getting old, but the traditional hip hop, like if you've
The
been-
elements of hip hop.
Yeah, if you've
Like-
been around that, I mean, it's just, I don't know, bro. It's life, like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just the old school b-boy, man. And so like I mean, you could see it in my style. Like my
Definitely,
style
yeah.
is just basically like b-boyism. Like
Classic break shit,
yeah, because that's what I grew up listening to.
Word.
Like being funky, being soulful, like all that shit. So
Nice.
that's
Very
Crazy.
nice. Very nice.
Very crazy, right? I mean,
Hey Vex, how can people get a hold of you, man?
on my Instagram, DJ Vexone, all one word.
Now, are you open to doing shows and gigs right now?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
if I'm free, like if
Yeah.
I'm free, like I got a gig on the 29th. It's a real
Nice.
simple gig.
me too. I'll be in Bakersfield.
Nice.
I got one in Bakersfield.
I got one in Southside San Jose. Just it's for the kids. I'm doing a fun.
Yeah,
a
I
fun
did one.
for a
I did
kid.
4th of July.
Well, that's what Mike always says. Right now, everyone's getting what?
What I said, right now, everybody's getting a little nut.
Everybody's
Yeah.
getting
A little
that
handout.
little outsidey
Little
band, that
handout
little
gig.
this, that little
It's
that.
hard. It's like
It ain't the same, but
Yeah.
I guess we take what we can, right?
Yeah.
it's like beforehand we had to have fun, and be responsible with it. Now we even have to be even more responsible.
Yeah.
And try to have a little bit of fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I can tell you right now, I ain't never gonna DJ with a mask on unless you're paying buku money.
yeah.
You better
I did a
have
wedding
buku
like
money.
August 1st,
Did you?
and it was completely away from everybody, so that was awesome.
Oh, so you didn't have to wear a mask?
I
think a
didn't. It
lot
was
of-
just me and my
quite
boy.
often at weddings, I'm away from everybody.
We had
Not always.
sanitizer. We had the spray sanitizer. We sanitized everything down. Super easy. We brought the 1000 SRT. Really small setup. I brought 3 speakers. That's it.
Like,
They have a sound ordinance, so no bass cabinet or nothing. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
like, I don't know. And I do all aspects of DJing. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I feel like certain people just stop at a certain, like, oh no, I just have to be a club DJ. Or no, I just have to be a hip hop DJ. Or no,
Well,
I just
I
have to be a
noticed-
house
Well,
DJ.
I can't say that because I mean I'm pretty much a hip hop scratch guy.
Right.
And you
Definitely
can.
don't like doing weddings. I'm not a wedding DJ. I don't really like it. I will, but I don't really like it. Being honest, I always tell people I don't really know too many famous wedding DJs.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But that's just not like my game. But I know it's part of the hustle. It's money. It's good money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can make $400, $500, $600 easily. You know what I mean? But it's just not my thing. You know.
It's a lot of work within itself.
Yeah.
You just got to sell the work. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
You gotta sell the.
And you have to know how to do it. And that's it. Like, trust me, I did all the work, and then through a job, I became a salesman. And then that was something else I learned how to do for myself. And that's literally, you have to know that if you're doing the work, get paid for it.
Word. And it is about selling.
Yep.
It is
Early on, doing weddings, $300,
But also,
$400.
know your work.
The most I've ever been paid for weddings is $2,000. But I did the work.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
what it
Can't beat that, right?
Right.
Just be about it.
Yep.
If you're gonna do it, it's customer service, man.
Oh,
I
I
can do that
went.
shit all day long.
I went real fucking hard. Well, back in the day, I did mobile anyway, but I went. So when I was out of the game for a bunch of years, right? When I got back in the game around 10 years ago, I got a family. I got 3 kids. I'm buying 1200s. I'm buying Rain 62. I'm buying speakers.
Yeah.
I'm still buying some records. I'm buying all the shit. You know?
Right.
So I'm like, fuck, dude, I gotta make this shit pay. I'm taking energy, emotion, time, and money from my family. I better bring something back. So I got
I like
real.
this Dilla beat too.
I got real good at the mobile DJ event, to where I was doing 1 to 3 gigs every weekend, private events. You
The
know?
most I ever had, literally last year, 8 weddings in August.
Wow.
This time last year, and just saying, you know what it is? It's not about the getting paid part. You're always gonna get paid. You're always gonna get paid for your work, right? It's the fact that I didn't know and wasn't expecting it, and I did it anyway. You know what I mean? And knowing the fact that it was possible, if I did it once, I could do it again.
Right. Well, I don't know about you. I didn't get in
That's
this shit
how
to
I
get
am when I
paid.
first started teaching
Monopoly
kids in
and
school.
five from the cop
You know what I
then
mean?
smooth
Yeah.
flying from the cops
I
then.
really didn't want
We do
to do
pop
it.
it then.
Got
It's
4
just
kids, I
the
fucking
same. We
hate
keep
kids.
it on the tuck. The grown
You know what I
up.
mean? But
The
definitely
grown
like.
up.
Can you be any more honest,
Mace?
Mace?
We the
Never.
grown ups.
But
I got 4 kids.
that
I
was probably the
ain't kids.
scariest thing
Keep
in my
growing
life.
up.
Mace don't
Yeah.
love the kids.
Bitch,
love
don't
all
love
grown
the kids.
I love them. As long as they're playing over there.
He said sometimes.
As long as they're playing over there.
Sometimes they cool.
But it was one of the scariest things in my life, bro. I mean, and I've been walking some of the toughest neighborhoods and that, and most scared I've been was teaching kids, like standing on stage. I mean, one of the first ones I did was like assembly of like 1,000 kids. Like,
Wow.
holy shit balls. And it's like that. Once you do it once or twice, it's like, I can do this.
Then it's on, yeah.
Looking at the checks, and I'm like,
Pretty
I
much.
can come back next week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I taught kids for the city of San Jose. I tried to create like this program of just teaching DJing on anything.
Yeah.
First thing that they gave me, fucking controller.
yo,
Hey man, I got really good at just learning the controller.
yeah,
it was Pioneer SZ1.
No, I still don't bring that. I
like the
bring-
black and eyes. When
I
black
used
is
to bring
eyes,
the
but the
portables.
black
Get
recognized
them
it,
going
but
on
the
the
brides, we
portables,
got
yeah.
two brides.
And I even have the.
No, well, they had that shit there.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
just bought all this shit.
As the
Yeah.
DJs
We had
in
a
the mix
62,
podcast.
No, I've-
MK5,
Oh,
MK5
shit, yeah, no, yeah,
turntables. They had another fucking SZ1, and then they had a whole sound system, like
ready
two
to go.
bass cabinets,
Wow.
a whole QSC system.
Good little setup.
What
yeah,
school
yeah.
is this?
What's
This
going
is
on?
at Seven Trees Community Center in San Jose.
Oh wow.
This is a
Pages,
community
pages
center.
with the grime and
And we got
grit.
blessed with
Create
like
makes
this
from the ashes with the grime
$80,000
and wit.
studio,
That's nice.
recording studio. I'm talking about like.
Professional. Like
So
that.
I
we
was
share stages
trying to
with
work
the
for that
pages with the
program
grime
and
and grit.
teach these
Create
kids
makes from
how to
the ashes with
DJ
the grime and wit.
and DJ for like basketball shows.
Right.
DJ for
Yeah.
the community center and just if they have a purpose of coming to the community center, I had 2 students. And I would just teach them within like a month or 2 months. I had them doing all the like the executioner shit where we just go and then
Oh,
we're all
yeah,
going
yeah,
in a
yeah,
circle.
yeah.
we heard,
Golden
I had
States,
these kids.
intelligent
This
mix,
is
yeah.
kids that
Remote
never
control, touched general blend,
anything.
Scrolls of strength.
Turntable, nothing.
Yeah.
First time being on a controller.
Fire.
Within
Yeah.
6 months,
Scrolls
I
got
had
a
them on
general
turntable.
blick and remote.
Fire.
Practices, full
Fucking
control.
fire.
Golden
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm talking
man.
about learning how to like have
Intelligence.
hand control.
Yeah. No, it's
And
crazy, bro.
actually place it and be like, okay, the 12 o'clock.
I mean,
12
I
o'clock is
I've seen that happen like in one day, like a student pick it up, like damn, like
Yeah.
they're already kind of cutting, getting the concept of cutting, like. You
And
know,
and
da, da,
without
da, da.
y'all doing that, there's no way they can even ever see that shit.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
totally, yeah, no, I love it. I mean, like I said, at first I was so scared to do it, and yeah, no, I love that shit.
That's what this shit's all about. That's why we're doing this show.
Call yourself, man.
Is to give back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give back. Put cats on. Let cats shine. Give cats a forum, a place. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's really all about, man.
Like I was telling Mike earlier, we were talking on the phone. I mean, all this shit that we do, at least what I do for just music and how much I love it and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like if I don't pass none of this shit along, it dies with me. And that's the biggest
Word.
thing. Hip hop to me is basically passing on the knowledge of what you learned to be dope.
One of the
And-
first element, right? Knowledge, right? I guess.
Pretty much. And that's just it. I just feel that's the reason why like a lot of young kids don't understand hip hop because it didn't get passed along. And so
Yeah.
like
But I don't know. You don't think time has to do anything with it too?
Yes, no, no,
yes
yes.
and no, but-
yes and no, no, yes.
okay, so explain to me this. How is it that hip hop started in the US, right? Kids in the US don't want to do it, but everybody else want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me it's like right now it's like the 90s and 2000s.
Well, I'm saying it had its time in America.
It's the 90s or 2000 everywhere else, and for here it's already. We're the trendsetters. That's what you have to understand too.
Yeah.
Hip hop here are trendsetting to other places. So whatever they see.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
Man.
see in my time, you go overseas.
We got Japanese cholos in
Yeah.
Tokyo
Driving
yeah.
64.
trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they want to follow the culture, but you know what's crazy? None of the violent shit. None of the hey, I hate you for wearing red or I hate you for wearing blue.
Well, it's
So
the
that's
same
what's
thing.
crazy for me because it's like they're gaining all the part of the culture that they want that's positive. The dressing, the lifestyle, the
Yeah.
look, and everything,
Yeah.
but not the fighting part, not the. You know what I
would
mean?
say some do. In some
Probably
other places.
some too,
I
but
know you go like Chet's Republican out there. They gang
Oh, yeah,
bang
they will.
Like, they gang bang like people out here.
They
They
do.
gang bang. It's like real. Like ooh. Like they listen to like all the gangster shit out there. It's crazy.
like I grew up with that stuff. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
grew up Chicano culture. Like my brother was the ex-cholo, all that stuff.
It get,
And,
it get a little rough in the
Like
growing up.
that's literally how I grew up listening to soul and funk. You know what I mean? So in a lot of ways, like that's the whole reason why like I listen to what I listen to.
Word.
You know?
Word.
So having all that aspect being like I don't know,
Oh yeah, no. I
Chicano
mean,
b-boy,
that's
fucking
for like I
guess
said,
that's
my
what it
mom
is.
and dad. Like they got me into music. I've been listening to music my entire life, 36 years.
My mom, all she does is play cumbia. She plays fucking like salsa. She plays like
Love that shit.
every single weekend, like every weekend. And I'm like, I know that shit. That shit's like, I could
man.
drop you a cumbia set right now, like all the shit that she likes,
Yeah,
and it'll make anybody
my
dance.
mom
And that's
was
what's
listening
crazy.
to James. My mom was all the funk and soul,
Was she?
all the records.
Fire.
Cameo, Rodney and Joe Cooley, my
Fire.
mom's
Hell yeah.
favorite. That's where I first really learned hip hop.
Sound, the sound.
Rodney, oh yeah. Man, she has all those records. I mean, that's where I grew up.
Those records were great to learn to scratch and shit on.
I'm
too.
like fourth, fifth generation. So
But those are the records
my
I grew
great
up on as well.
grandparents were from Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Then
Fuck, that's what's up
They
though.
moved to Oakland. You know what I mean? In like 1920. You know what I mean? So we've been here a long time.
It's crazy.
So yeah, like no one in my family. No one. No one.
For real?
Family of like 50, 60 people.
That was my first language.
Yep.
I learned.
And then I tell
English.
people because of my grandparents, so you gotta remember when they came up in America in the 40s and 50s, it was not like today. You know, you were told not to speak Spanish because you wanted to fit in with the gringos. You know,
You did not, you would be treated differently.
exactly. So you speak English, you look like them, the women look like them. It's not like today, you know, where it's the total opposite. Everybody speaks Spanish. You know what I mean? So I think that's where along the line, yeah, because like my mom don't speak Spanish at all.
Yeah.
She passed, you know, 50-something years old. But nobody. I remember my grandparents speaking it a little bit. They would speak it when they didn't want us to understand shit. That's where we picked up on it. But, yeah, no, my mom.
Straight.
Straight, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like
Just-
fourth, fifth generation here.
I think it's just certain things that are not passed on through generations. And that's
Yeah.
what gets lost.
Yeah,
Right?
Yep. Definitely, yeah. 'Cause I mean, it would have been nice to learn it, right?
I'm lucky. I can still write it.
Oh, that's even more awesome too. Yeah.
So I could write it
and read it and all that too.
and
yeah.
read it and speak it, but I speak it pocho. That's what they would call it. Pocho means it's just not like natural.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what
Because I'm
there's-
thinking of
just
how
like
to
there's
say the
English,
word.
proper
Yeah.
English, and there's. That's what I always
Exactly.
tell people: when you learn a language, you're not learning the streets. You're learning what they written down. You know, that's not how they talk in the streets.
Yeah,
And look at
That's
you funny,
proper.
like,
That's
what
like
the fuck?
proper speaking.
Yeah, I mean that's in
Right,
every
right.
language.
But it's crazy because when I was a kid,
Closest reach.
I was like, I'm from San Jose, right? So I'm out here. I'm first generation Mexican, going to high school, and then it's just like, oh well, you're fucking Mexican. You're a mojado. What are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was
yeah,
like, what the
yeah.
fuck are you talking about? I was born here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, well, all right, whatever. And then I was like, well, if I go to Mexico, I'm gonna have to be accepted. It's fucking calling me mojado, right? And fucking
yeah, yeah, yeah.
go back to Mexico, and it's just like, no, it is the norte. And I'm just like, what the fuck you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is the norte. They're like, that means that you're from the north. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, it felt weird not being accepted either here nor there. And it was just like, yo, these both places supposed
Hey,
to be
try
my
being
home.
a half.
It's a trip.
That's even
Yeah,
crazier.
it's
I
even
just,
worse. It's even worse.
That's a
Yeah.
fucking
You know
trip.
what I mean?
it is a trip, man.
I go through similar shit. I'm a fucking white dude that does fucking hip hop, you know, and fucking I don't fit in over here,
Definitely
and I don't fit in over there completely. So I know the feeling.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
I don't
saying?
think hip hop should have barriers like that. I think that's the craziest part for me.
Well, I
Well,
think
it's not
that's-
it's not always the hip hop.
That's well, yeah. It's not the hip hop. It's life in general. But I mean, I think that's the greatest thing with hip hop is it doesn't like, you know, we accept everybody. You
It
know, it
does.
doesn't matter who you are, where you
Right.
come from, what language you speak.
If you're about hip hop,
if you love the elements, come join. You know,
Word,
what I mean?
100.
That's how it always should be. You know, it has been. You know what I mean?
That's-
I
I think that's the appeal to like hip hop because it's
Yes.
it really has no barriers at all.
there's no barriers. As soon as you put barriers on it, you're not doing hip hop.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. As
Some
soon as you're
people
doing
do.
the same thing the other cat was doing,
Some people do
he's
now.
got the same
It's not
video that
live.
looks the same way.
It's confirmed.
And
we
you all
live
dressed
and lay
up the
boogie down, so
same
whenever
way,
we around any
with the
Vic, stay
same
on our
Okay,
thing.
well,
waist
then
down.
we're talking
That
the
shit
new
ain't hip hop no more.
The difference now between then is that definitely
What's happening,
originality.
bro? They uncomfortable because I playing with you. Another
Because back then,
playing with
everyone
you.
sounded
Another
different.
rerun of Can't Stand
Yeah.
the Face
they were
Bearable
using
Facts.
auto-tune
That's
a
what
long
the spread
time
with the
ago. They
fam
were
and
using
having
Zapp and
Roger.
Roger was
Yeah.
using this shit. But everybody didn't copy them. Why? Because that was theirs.
voice
Yeah.
box.
Everybody wanted to be different. Today, everybody does sound the same. Of
Right.
course. They do.
Word.
In all honesty, everything is remixed down to
Dude.
people's voices. So it's
Yep.
like you could sound like another artist unless you're just really original, and that's
But
it.
you'll sound like yourself.
Yeah.
And nowadays,
much.
the mainstream shit's so heavily and overproduced that when you hear some
let me say this
raw,
one.
real fucking MC ripping over some type of
Yeah.
I think
it
companies.
still sounds to the normal
I don't
mainstream
even know what.
listener.
I see.
It
today-
sounds-
I'm so out
it
of
sounds
touch
right
kind of
anyway.
with today. It's like I don't even know what mainstream pop. So
I do a little bit of everything.
So much.
So I'll
I know
only
that.
listen to shit that I really think is dope. Like for me now, at my age right now, I still treat it like I'm buying records, right? So if this song really sounds dope to me, then I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it just because it's making what's her name? Megan
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't even have one song of hers. So,
even-
but I have
I
all
might.
kinds of other shit.
Might.
But
DJ Michael, play you, Megan. I
There
love
you
you,
go.
baby.
I'm not trying to hate on it. It's just I haven't found a song where it's just like, oh, I want to play Megan Thee Stallion. But I have to make that decision. I don't want somebody else making that decision for me. I feel like I've trained my ear for such a long time. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust my ears.
I'll tell you
because
what I-
I've
what I
had the
go through.
experience.
What I go through is this. Mace can verify. When I'm down there by myself and I'm not tripping, I'm playing funk. I'm mixing jazz, R&B, soul, funk, a little bit of everything. And but I go through when I I'm trying to get out there and get paid, make money at this shit, and work with everybody. And I'll get in these phases where I'm playing all the ratchet shit. And I'm playing all the mainstream shit. I'm sounding like Rick Lee on turntables. And fucking and then when I do finally get a chance to come rock on some real hip hop shit, it's
It's hard, man. Nowadays, people don't accept that sound. They don't know that sound. It's a sound that's just been alien for so long. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like if people appreciate it, that's cool because it's a certain part of like what I grew up with that really basically is like made me. You feel me? So it's just for people to know and acknowledge that music, that shit's dope.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all you can really do is just appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that people still listen to it. Some people, not everybody. Like I said,
Well, you gotta know your crowd too.
yeah, like 90 styles coming back, just not the music. You know, and that's the only thing that sucks because it's just like, yo, the music was fucking dope. What y'all flexing on? Like, y'all don't know. That's the whole
one
problem.
thing you can do here in the Bay, per se, if you like a certain sound or a certain feel, and you want to rock a party, but you ain't up on all the right now.
Yeah.
Here in the Bay, we had this magical era called the hyphy movement. And even if you're not up on all the latest, you start throwing some of them hyphy classics up in the mix, you're gonna fucking rock. You're gonna fucking rock.
Oh, in the Bay, yeah.
Yeah. So
Bay, yeah.
in the
Even
Bay.
outside
In the
depends
Bay.
how far you go. But
Yeah.
Even, yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
And that's something that I found myself because here in the studio I'm fucking with all different kinds of shit. And now I gotta go out and rock this party or rock this club. And
That's one of
fucking
my favorite songs.
I'll take a handful of the what's hot and mix it with the hyphy classics.
Oh yeah.
And most of the time you get them twerking off the ceiling. You know what I'm
I'm saying you
saying?
just gotta know where you're at, know your lane, know where you're partying at.
Right.
I mean, you gotta know, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you're gonna take a bar, nightclub, you know, you're gonna probably have to play some ratchet shit. Especially,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna play all old school fucking breaks and boom bap. That floor is gonna be gone. You know what I mean? There goes your money. There goes your money walked out the door. So
I think
Right.
a good DJ
Just gotta
knows
know.
how to make people dance. A good
Yeah.
DJ knows how to make
Yes.
how to make people listen. A good DJ knows how to make them go to the bar, come back to the dance
Yes.
floor.
Yes.
You know, it's moving them around in the establishment.
Yes.
That's what a really good DJ knows how to do. And
Yes.
It's like, if you control that crowd like that,
totally,
then
Yes, sir.
that's how, you know,
totally, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I feel you.
you commanding. You know?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the DJ Mike after party. How long we been going, Mace?
I
We're
don't
going
know.
a
We
minute.
here. We about that time.
We about that
About
time.
that time.
We got Mike and Ike right here in the back. You know what I'm saying? He's in his own zone. Mike and Ike. Mike and Ike. Mike, how can people find you, brother?
Man, you can find me on Instagram. I'm gonna say one place you can find me. We can go from there. That's Instagram, Michael White 3476.
We got
You feel
special
me?
guest Vexone. Burned up the 1200s. I'm gonna have to go check them out after this.
Jeez.
And Vex, how can they find you, brother?
Yo, you can find me at DJVEXONE at Instagram.
Mace the Tableless.
You know what it is.
DJ Mike. Southside Hayward on mine.
West Coast.
You know what I'm saying?
Soundwave, California.
Yeah.
Baby.
It's what it is. DJ, this is the after party. DJ Mike's after party. What time does the after party air? Or is it 9?
9
9 p.m. Thursday nights. 8 p.m. DJ Mike and friends. This week's guest, Vexone. And it is a delight, ladies and gentlemen. It is a delight. Much love. We love you all. If you want to get on DJ Mike and friends, get at me, get at Mace, Cut It Up Music, YouTube, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. DJ Mike at DJ Mike _ Southside Hayward. Mace the Tableless.
You know what it is. Yeah.
He knows what it is. Peace, y'all.